come out to see greatness.
And I love this city. From the bright lights of Hollywood to the bright lights on the hardwood. Who is going to be the star tonight?
It is showtime. Let's do this. The opening tip won by the Lakers as we get started here at Staples Center. Jay, last year the Lakers 35-47. What impact, obviously, will LeBron James have on this Lakers team and their record?
There's no doubt that I think the Lakers will get over 35 wins. Will they get over 50, though, is a major question. I don't see that happening, considering last year only two teams in the West, Golden State and Houston, had over 50 wins.
Here comes the screen. Oladipo to Turner. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
It's so difficult to block a guy like that with that kind of athleticism and length. Your timing almost has to be perfect, but pretty much there's no stopping him when he's around the rim.
To Danny Green. Trying to cash in. Green with a shot, no good.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jump.
Has a chance. Doesn't get the bounce. To James. Shot from the lane, won't go. Going to launch beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Not everybody possesses.
Okay. To Cousins. Nothing going here on that drive. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
LeBron James trying to cash in on a three-point play. For his career, 73%. Free throw good as he finishes off the three-point play. They're back within a bucket. To Oladipo. Miles Turner slams it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
LeBron into the front court. Down 4. Here comes the screen. Rondo to the basket, but he can't finish.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
To Turner. DeMarcus Cousins able to recover with the block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
To James. Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper won't fall.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Here comes the screen. To Turner. The Pacers with 4 to shoot. Count the basket inside.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Los Angeles has the basketball. LeBron guarded by T.J. Warren. LeBron James, 2-4 now.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
To Oladipo. Jay, sum it up. Why was Victor Oladipo the most improved last year?
Because he was no longer Robin. Victor Oladipo has become Batman, and he attacks the game the same way Russell Westbrook does. That short stint at OKC, 24/7.
To James. Driving right to the basket. Baseline drive, the shot won't fall.
And a lot of times in this league, teams take days off. But if this defense keeps maintaining that style of pace defensively, this is going to be a dogfight.
LeBron into the front court. Down 6. Can't connect from inside. Pacers control. Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal. To James. To Turner. Oh, Miles Turner looking good. 4 for 5.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up.
Across the timeline comes James. Down 8. Off the mark. He's made those before, but that was well defended. To Oladipo. LeBron with it up top. Margins 8. To Danny Green. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Lets it fly from long range. Textbook defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Oladipo. To Turner. And look out. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
Now the Lakers are going to call a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter. Shifting gears, here come some substitutions. To Caldwell Pope. Anthony Davis missed his first. That one goes.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
To Oladipo. Jay, no question, the Pacers were the surprise of the NBA last year. What are your expectations for them now?
Top 4 seed in the Eastern Conference, and it all starts with Victor Oladipo. Last year, he was the guy, but this year, he needs to become the man.
LeBron James, picked up by T.J. Warren. He takes it right at them and scores. You have to fill in there.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
James matched up with Warren. Big finish at the rim.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Oladipo. Nothing going here on that drive. Goes reverse to lay it in.
I like that aggression early. You never just settle for jumpers. You attack, you attack, you attack. Then when they back off, you'll have room to shoot that, Jay.
Now a steal on a very lazy pass there. Has a look. He connects, had all the time in the world. Too easy.
The pro game has really come down to PNRs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
And he's fouled. Davis going to the line for two.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2. Pacers with the possession. Oladipo. That is great vision to set it up. For three, not that time. He misses. Bradley to Davis. Anthony Davis. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Oladipo in a matchup with Quinn Cook. Here's a chance from long range. Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
Cook to bring it into the front court. His team down 9. Miles Turner with the block.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Victor Oladipo with the slam.
As a player, there's nothing better than coming out in the first quarter and playing exactly the same way you played the last couple of days of practice. You're moving the ball, you're capitalizing on mistakes, and you really built a nice lead.
Off the assist.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Oladipo into the front court. The lead stands at 9. Here comes the screen. Yes, Victor Oladipo. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
And butter. And there are a few that can do it better off the screen.
It's Cook with the basketball. Trailing by 11. To Davis. Gets a look. Can't hit. Flushes it home.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Lakers at the controls right now. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Cook at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 80% at the line. Free throw good as he finishes off the three-point play. That shaves the deficit down to 10. Oladipo into the front court. He'll run the offense. And a throwdown.
The NBA's most improved player was a guy that always invested in himself, both on and off the court, but he always put in the work to be better. Was a sponge for information, an insatiable appetite to be the best. But the difference is, he's believing in himself. Whether that's singing at the NBA award show or performing at the highest level on the court, it's safe to say that Victor Oladipo has officially arrived.
Oh, he was wide open. It's not going to be pretty when they watch the video. Someone's getting chewed out.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Make that, baby. Make that.
Los Angeles, they have it. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
That's what they need to do more of. Attack that basket. Hit him where it hurts.
4-3. Jeremy Lamb is going to get 3 shots here. A career 83% free throw shooter. First free throw is good. And he hits the second. No good. Made the first 2, missed the last. Cook to bring it into the front court. Down a dozen. Short jumper off the mark. Oh, a lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul. It's Cook with the basketball. Down 12. And scores.
I'm telling you right now, with moves like that, scoring is not going to be an issue tonight.
Anthony Davis. Huge block. No good. He couldn't get it to drop. Horn sounds ending this first quarter of play. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Indiana with the basketball. Oladipo. Here comes the screen. Oladipo. From long range, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this can have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Stevenson to Davis. On the pass, stolen by Indiana.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
To Oladipo. Wide open look, won't go.
Oh, I like that. You got the defense rotating from side to side. They're even recovering late, but still, you got to make that one.
Oladipo into the front court. Minute gone by in this second quarter. Curling inside to Oladipo. Turner. Deep two there, won't go.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
Strong finish that time for Danny Green.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Passed it off. From the painted area, won't go down. The pass taken away. Here comes the screen. Brogdon lets it fly from beyond the arc, and the Lakers with the rebound. Not that time. To Brogdon. Too much contact, and free throws coming.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
And he connects on the first free throw. No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Won't go.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Oladipo into the front court. His team on top by 8. Nothing going here on that drive. Here comes the screen. Shot clock winding down. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
That's actually not a bad move at all. You're applying more pressure on him by sending him to the line.
First one goes down. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. To Kyle Kuzma. A shot by Green, no good. Oladipo into the front court. Lead stands at 10. A couple of cracks at the line now.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
First one, count it.
Shot, bro.
Two for 2 on that trip. To Kyle Kuzma. Short jumper stays out.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Oladipo. Oh, had him going there for a second. Oladipo in a matchup with Boogie. Not that time. Danny Green to Stevenson. Can't connect from in close. Brogdon to Oladipo. Screen coming. Nothing going here on that drive. Five to shoot for Indiana. Shot by Warren misses.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Layup goes down. Well done.
That transition offense was flawless when guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
Knocked loose. Pacers come up with it. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Hey, you got the screen right.
Bradley, down low to Cousins. Rises for the slam.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Here comes the screen. Fires the three. He's been waiting a long time for that one to go down.
And they're relentless with these long shots. It just seems like their spacing is perfect, and it shooting the ball without hesitation.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Rajon Rondo trying to cash in on a three-point play. He wants this number up. 60% career free throw shooter. Free throws good. A three-point play and the lead back down to 12.
Defense, let's
To
go.
Oladipo.
Screen come.
Warren sizing up Cousins. Here comes the screen. Anthony Davis sends it away.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Oh, emphatic slam.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
Oladipo. Fires the three, and Victor Oladipo. Quick catch and shoot that time for three.
Closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the three-point line. Make them take a tough two rather than an easy three.
It was right there. It's Indiana basketball. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Probing the defense. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Domantas Sabonis. A couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 72%. Knocks down the first.
Good shot.
Able to convert on both free throws.
Good shot, man.
Jay, Magic and Kobe each won 5 titles. How are you going to judge LeBron James' legacy in L.A.?
LeBron James wins 1 championship in L.A. That means he will set himself apart. He will have won 4 championships in 3 different cities. Now, that is polarizing for some fans. That still does not take away from the overall greatness and the legacy of LeBron James.
Won't go. James into the front court. Trailing by 15. And the rebound taken down by McDermott. Beyond the arc for 3. And the rebound pulled down by Davis. Rondo with the basketball. Down by 15 to James. With a drop step. Using the post to his advantage there, and the finish at the rim.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
And throws it down. This is becoming a runaway.
They're getting to the rim at will, probably because we're watching Matador defense. You probably want to get in the way of your defender if they keep trying to attack the rim.
Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? Count the bucket for 2.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
And he's going to the free throw line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
LeBron James has got 2 shots coming. He's perfect from the line so far. And hits the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. Pacers control. To Turner. Here comes the screen. Baseline drive, but he can't finish.
Ed, the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
It's good, and 1.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and 1. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throw's good. It's a 3-point play. Lakers ball. Miles Turner rejects it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Oladipo. Here comes the screen. To Turner. Going to launch beyond the arc. And the rebound gathered in by Davis. Into the front court comes Rondo. His guys down big and finishes strong.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Nothing going here on that drive. Screen coming. To Turner. The Pacers with 4 to shoot. Anthony Davis sends it away. That's his 3rd block this evening.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Danny Green. They go down to Davis. Anthony Davis. 4 out of 7.
In the last 10 sequences down the court, everybody's touched the ball. You don't see anybody with any kind of negative expressions on their face because everybody's eating.
Oladipo. The pass taken away by the Lakers.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Here comes the screen. Lets it fly from long range. It's Rondo with the rebound. LeBron into the front court. Trailing by 14. Oh, the Pacers come away with the steal.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
To Oladipo. Turner. 5 to shoot for Indiana. Deep 2 there, won't go. 17-footer at the buzzer. First half in the books. The Pacers are feeling good.
Fellas, Jalen here with your halftime report. The Pacers will start the second half with a decent lead. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible. And if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. These are the guys getting buckets for the Indiana Pacers. The Lakers would rather be on the opposite end of the scoreboard. They've got the break to figure some things out. And trust me, they've got a few things to figure out. Still, it's not like they're totally out of this game. These are the guys getting buckets for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Game track. Assists.
The Los Angeles Lakers are struggling to move the ball and create good looks for each other. What makes it worse is their opponent isn't having nearly the same problem.
Player of the half.
Oladipo and his court IQ were on display as he delivered the ball, putting his teammates in a position to score the basketball. His timing was impeccable. we go with the top 3 plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Let's go. Y'all know what time it is.
Hey, lock up, lock up.
Rondo into the front court. 14-point deficit. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Love the hustle. Sprawled out on the deck. Los Angeles has the basketball. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
To Turner. Baseline drive. The Pacers with 4 to shoot. To Turner. Finish that.
Cultures have communication. Great cultures have teammates that are willing to push you to limits that maybe you didn't even see that you had. But right now, there's no leader on this team. Everybody's just going their separate ways.
To Turner. Oladipo. Screen coming. Had a chance, but it's no good. Kuzma goes to the left side. To Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins. He's now 4 for 6. Now the Pacers going to use a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. To Turner. He's too good to leave that wide open. Defense has to communicate.
Oh, don't see the read. Be the read.
Knocked loose. To Oladipo.
Screen.
Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Miles Turner. Danny Green. Anthony Davis. With that, he's 5 for 9.
Old school equals high percentage.
To Turner. Oladipo. Five to shoot for Indiana. Now preparing to shoot at the line.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Off the mark on the first free throw. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. Cook to bring it into the front court. His guys down by 9. LeBron guarded by T.J. Warren. From the outside, no good. Pacers with the possession. To Oladipo. Here comes the screen. Oladipo up against Cook. Cleans it up. Good look that time, but off the mark. LeBron into the front court. 9-point margin. Short jumper won't go down.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Cousins. Nice pass to set things up.
And when the ball gets the defense rotating from side to side, you're bound to find opportunities for each other.
Nothing going here on that drive. Screen coming. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Across the timeline comes James. His team down 9. To Danny Green. And the basket good at the rim. Jay, what makes LeBron so special on the offensive end?
Well, first and foremost, look at that frame. 6'9", 265 pounds. With the agilities of a guard, he can blow by you. If he dips that shoulder, there's no way. There is nobody in the NBA that can guard that man one-on-one.
The Pacers with 4 to shoot. Almost. Unlucky bounce. LeBron with it up top. The margin standing now at 7. To Turner. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Ed, I remember this in so much detail. I was watching the NBA pre-draft camp, and I saw Miles Turner run, and myself and all the scouts, everybody's like, whoa, wait a second. What is that? But I give the Pacers a lot of credit. They had a trainer that worked with his gait, and now that's exactly who he is, a big that can run down, block shots, and be active on the perimeter defensively.
Oh, defender pulling the chair. Indiana with the basketball. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
You see, here's why versatility is so imperative for your offensive repertoire. If you're a one-trick pony as a defender, I know exactly how to defend you because you only do one thing. But if you have versatility, then the coach can put you in multiple looks within the offense, and then you can get it any way you want it.
Can't connect. To Turner. Here comes the screen. Oladipo. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
LeBron James at the line for 2 shots. Hasn't missed yet. First free throw is good. And fails and a putback slam.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Now ready with a couple of free throws.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
And he connects on the first free throw. And he makes them both. James into the front court. His guys trail by 10. To Cousins. Off the assist.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
It's Indiana basketball. Oladipo. Here comes the screen. Lamb sizing up Cousins. Danny Green knocked loose. Pacers have it. Victor Oladipo with the slam.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, hedge at him. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter, but still keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
To Danny Green. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional. Way there.
To Cousins. Knocked loose. Pacers come up with it. To Oladipo. Oh, he had him there for a second. To Oladipo. For 3, they were all over Oladipo. Missed the shot. Pacers control. Sabonis against Cousins. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Jeremy Lamb. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. And he finishes at the rim.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint. Count
the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Screen coming. Short jumper misses. Here comes the screen. Here's a chance from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you, before they even catch the ball, look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
And the bucket's good for DeMarcus.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
To Oladipo. Trying to cash in. Not today.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
And he's fouled, and he earns a trip to the line.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
First one goes down. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Pacers with the possession. Oladipo. Screen coming. Nothing going here on that drive. And he's fouled. Couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
First one, count it. Goes 2 for 2. Knocked loose. Pacers have it. And count the basket inside.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
James to Davis. Has a chance? Yes, tough shot. It's got to go up to go in.
The versatility of Anthony Davis makes him one of the most special players in the league today. He can score on you with his back to the basket, but if you also leave him open on the perimeter, he's going to knock that down with ease.
Right down Broadway for the 2. Defender has to pick him up.
It can only be one of two things here. 1, the defender ran out of gas, or 2, this dude is just unstoppable.
And count the basket.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Oh, nice find for the basket.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort, it's off the charts.
It's Lakers ball as we start the fourth quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ball game.
Here comes the screen. Oladipo to Turner. Miles Turner slams it down.
It's so difficult to block a guy like that with that kind of athleticism and length. Your timing almost has to be perfect, but pretty much there's no stopping him when he's around the rim.
And he's going to the line to shoot.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
LeBron James, couple of free throws on the way, shooting 80% in this contest. Knocks down the first.
Good shot, bro.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Oladipo into the front court. The lead is 11. To Brogdon. Here comes the screen. Oladipo. 4-3. He took the bait and he hits.
You know, from a point guard perspective, league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Oladipo into the front court. Up a dozen. To Turner. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Oladipo to Brogdon.
Screen.
Ah, the monster stuff.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Lakers at the controls right now. To James. And scores on a nifty dance to the basket.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Oladipo. From long range. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Miles Turner with a piece.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Yo, clear out.
Oladipo. And a nice finish at the rim.
Coming right back to you.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Now the Lakers going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. James to Caldwell Pope. Knocked loose. Pacers come up with it. Oladipo. The pass taken away by the Lakers.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Count the basket at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Oladipo to Turner. Nothing going here on that drive. Second effort. Anthony Davis snatching it out of the air. Fourth this contest.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
And he powers it home. 2 more points for Anthony Davis.
An easy 2. Get back on defense.
Indiana with the basketball. Lakers have it. Drove the lane and finished strong at the hoop on that one. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
LeBron into the front court. The deficit now up to 12. No good. Defense catching a break there. Changes coming from both sides right now. It's James controlling the offense. To Cousins. Oh, he had it. LeBron into the front court. Down 12. Has a look. Yes, it drops. Little drama on that one.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
From the painted area, won't go down. Here's Rondo with it. His guys trail by 10. Where's the chatter? No one was even close to him.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Here comes the screen. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He has certainly been on target from downtown. He's 4 of 5.
Why? He's been receiving his passes on time and on target. Give the passer some credit in this scenario as well.
Here comes the screen. LeBron picked up by T.J. Warren. Curling inside and finishes strong.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Here comes the screen. Oladipo to Turner. To Oladipo. Fires the 3. That's off the side of the rim. Short.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Takes it coast to coast and the strong finish at the rim.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
Here comes the screen. To Turner. Nice pass to get things going.
There's something to be said about a guy that can make the game easier for everybody else on the court. We call that dropping dimes, very similar to the way I'm dropping nuggets on this broadcast.
Five to shoot for Los Angeles. Miles Turner swats it. Ooh, 5 now.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Here comes the screen.
Watch out, watch out.
Down to 5 on the 24 to Turner. DeMarcus Cousins pins it.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Short jumper won't go down. It's Indiana basketball. Take stock of the floor. Easy path to the rim.
Well, we created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Fires the 3. Off the iron. No good. Across the timeline comes James. They find themselves down 10. To Oladipo. Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal. Danny Green gets it in the left corner. From the outside, no good.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Here comes the screen. To Oladipo. 5 to shoot for Indiana. Trying to cash in. Oladipo's shot no good.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
And a finish at the rim.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
To Oladipo. Anthony Davis tips it. Incredible. 6 tonight.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Shot from the lane won't go. The Pacers with 4 to shoot. Beyond the arc for 3. No good. That's great defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next. It wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Had a good look there, but it's no good. There's the whistle and an intentional foul. Just their first in the final 2 minutes, so no free throws yet. They'll take the ball out of bounds.
Smart play. You have fouls to use. Good way to manage the clock without burning a timeout.
Now here's an intentional foul. So free throws coming up in what is an 8-point ball game.
Good foul right there. You want to stop the clock.
And hits the first free throw. 2 for 2 on that trip. Now the Lakers are going to call a timeout. They're down big in this fourth quarter, and a chance here to empty their bench. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Miles Turner able to recover with the block. This one to the Pacers as they win this one handily. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
The EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Pacers edged out a close victory in today's game. I could get into detail about their play calling and shot selection, but let's be honest. We all know that the dunks were the most exciting. I'd be surprised if the rim isn't a little bit bent at this point. The Lakers finished on the losing end of a close score. While they did put together quite a highlight reel of dunks in this matchup, they did not put together a win. As we all know, style points never show up on the scoreboard. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Game track. Field goals.
From an offensive standpoint, this was a quality game. The same can't be said for the defense. But still, it turned out to be an entertaining matchup.
Player of the game.
Being able to put up these kind of numbers is always impressive. But having the ability to lead and inspire is something special. Here are the top 3 plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
a look at the upcoming games for the Los Angeles Lakers. See y'all next time. Jalen Rose signing out.